What is up, guys? Welcome back to Loud and Proud. Going to be doing a video for you guys here on the second gen and kind of go through some of the expenses that I've had thus far, how much the truck has cost me in the last like 45 days, all that good stuff. We're going to get into that in just a second here. Little brother here just wanted to take a little peek at the first gen again. He hasn't seen it too much since we've done all the work to it. And if you haven't seen all the work done to it, definitely be sure and go check out those videos in the 92 Cummins playlist. You push your system, push your cold air intake all the way around for the intercooling and everything. And this thing runs like a beast again. It runs really good. Everything's super clean under here. All that good stuff. You can close it up. Anyways, what we're gonna do here is get into going around my truck, and I got notes down for the second gen, and I'm gonna go through everything that we've done to, well, everything I've done to the truck so far and what it's cost me just in the last 45 days. It's not a terribly long list, but it's definitely an expensive one, so let's get right to it. One time, real quick, we're going to show you my cousin's new dirt bike he just picked up. He's going to get a bigger one, but this is the one he just got the other day here. Went and picked it up in the Cummins there. Little CR85. Pretty good little bike, Drives it around. Anyway, so that's the little Honda dirt bike he just picked up. You may see a couple of videos with that being in it here soon. Anyways, guys, we're going to get right into this list of the things that I've done to the truck so far and what it's cost me. Not a super lengthy list, like I said, but definitely an expensive one for only 45 days long in your truck. Got to feature the hat, Make America Great Again, Donald J. Trump, just so I can tick off some of you liberals out there. Totally kidding. On this truck channel, there ain't none guys out there. At least I hope not. Anyways, guys, let's get into the video here. Don't mind my boots my pants tucked into my boots. My favorite t-shirt, Major League Bow Hunting. Follow me on Instagram, bowhunterdie. I'll leave it on the screen here. Okay, first thing on the list that I'm going to bring up is because it's the most expensive. Wheels and tires all around. The wheels and tires are about $1,735, and then the difference was for installing, balancing, alignment, and all that good stuff. Ended up being, like I said, $1,800 all around. Pretty good price on the wheels and tires. Everybody's like, oh, if you spend another $100, $200, you could have got 20 by 12s and 35s. No, you couldn't have. Even Dippin' Diesels were like, I think they were $2,600 for his 20 by 12s and tires, and he's got 33s too. So I don't know who that was that said for another $200 you could get all this stuff, but you're way off. Let's get into the next thing here. Shocks, front and rear. Front shocks, you want to see in here, got new front shocks. It was $80 for the front set and $80 for the rear set, bringing it to $160 front and rear just for shocks. Not too expensive for shocks, but definitely adding up on the list here. Strut towers, come take a look at the new strut towers. The strut towers on the old strut towers were really bad. I actually want to go here and show you what the old strut towers looked like for those of you who have not seen them. And we got a new 2.5-inch leveling kit spacer. Strut towers were $100 for both sides, and the leveling kit was $80. Let's go take a look at those strut towers really quick in the old shocks. These things, I had some guys trying to convince me that this was normal. Does that look normal to you? Look at that. Well, it's fully compressed, but look how bad that is. That thing is eaten gone. Sometimes when people say it's all original, you better just run, because that's not always a good thing. Okay, let's get into the next thing right here. We got a fuel shutoff solenoid that isn't replaced yet, but I did put that in my cart the other day and order it, so that is on the way, as well as a fuel shutoff relay, a relay that goes to the fuel shutoff solenoid. That was $10, so that was $30 for the solenoid, $10 for the relay, adds up another $40. Exhaust tip, I got an exhaust tip I'm going to try to put out the back, or maybe both, then do an axle dump on the truck as well, and that is a $50 exhaust tip. So for the last 45 days on this truck, I've spent $2,230 just in upgrades slash mods slash new parts being restored and stuff like that. So definitely gets expensive really fast. By the end of next month, I'll probably be in another $3,000 into the truck. Gets really expensive, especially when you're a teenager. You don't have a lot of funds. When you're doing stuff like this and you have expensive toys, they're kind of expensive to mod out and have fun with. So let's get into like the overall cost of what I have into the truck in terms of the truck itself, mods, and what I've spent on it in the last 45 days. I've paid for 2 sections of insurance. My first one right when I got it, and I just paid for July here just real recently. $320 for insurance. I've already spent close to $100 in diesel just in the last 45 days. which isn't too bad. You know, diesel's more expensive, and when you drive at all, you're gonna have to buy diesel. And the truck I paid $9,500 for. A lot of people are dogging, saying, oh, you spent too much on the truck, you should have got a better deal, because over in California we can get a truck like that for $7 grand. You know, it doesn't really matter where you're at if you got a better deal. These trucks, the prices vary town to town, state to state. I mean, it's just, you can't just put a price tag and say one size fits all. These trucks, it just really depends on A, what you're willing to pay for it, B, what the owner wants to sell it for, and C, the demand for the truck. So it really, there's a lot of variables, and give or take, just putting it out there, for a good shape, decent shape, 12 valve, second gen, or even first gen for that matter, you can expect to pay 10 to 15,000, give or take. Maybe less, just depends on, like I said, your area, the demand, the mileage, the condition, all that good stuff. But 10 grand, give or take, is a pretty safe bet for a truck like that. Anyway, so all of that added up, this truck has cost me $12,200 just in the last 45 days for the truck itself, insurance, fuel, and you know, $2,230 just in mods and upgrades for the truck. So this stuff gets really expensive, guys. Just kind of giving you some perspective on this. Some people may, you know, because I get comments all the time, you know, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why haven't you done this? This stuff gets really expensive. Like this next month, I'm going to be spending about $1 grand in upgrades just to do videos for you guys and to get the truck moving along, and saving other money aside for more expensive stuff. And I still get people saying, add this onto your list, add that onto your list. And I'm like, guys, I'm spending $1 grand next month already, and that's going to up it, you know, to over 14,000 on the truck just in 2 months. I can't really like keep on adding more and more to the list. I just got to take it as I can pay for it and get it done as I go, but not totally go in the hole. Which these trucks, to be quite honest with you, they're pretty much a money pit for the most part. So yeah, like I said, you know, these trucks for the most part are pretty much a money pit. And if you go new or if you go old, you're going to spend, like I said, for an older truck like this that's in decent shape, you're going to spend close to 10 grand. By the time you get the truck really where you want it, at least for me, because I like my stuff looking nice and functioning nice. And there's a joke on that about how I don't care about reliability because I bought wheels and tires and then my solenoid failed because I was supposed to foresee that. Anyways, guys, these trucks can become a money pit because you're going to pay that for the truck. Let's say you do new paint, there's a couple grand gone. New wheels and tires, there's a few grand gone. Let's say you do new mirrors, you know, there's another $100 or so. You do new bumpers, there's another $500-600. I mean, there's just endless things of, you know, that you can do. Horsepower mods, you could be in 2-3 grand just under your motor, or more or less, depending on what you want to do. More, less, more professional, all those different ins and outs. Because guys, this truck is probably within the next few months going to be up probably over 20 grand in the hole within the next few months. And you have to understand that when you spend, let's say within the next year I spend 30,000 on this truck to get it where I want it. I'm not going to get 30 grand out of this truck. Maybe through, you know, my videos and creating and working on stuff and making video content, I can recoup most of that. But for the most part, they're just money pits, but they got to be worth it to you to get the truck where you want it to drive your dream truck, whatever that may be. It doesn't have to be diesel, but this stuff does get expensive. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know on what you think down in the comments below on what I've spent on the truck, what I've done to the truck, what I should do next, in your opinion, in order. Don't be too critical down there. Definitely leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you guys in the next video.